What is good, YouTube? It's your boy Kyle Cardi, and today we are going over the best hairstyles for black men in 2025. It's a new year. Let's get it all together. Of course, if you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get into it.
The hoes gon' love this.
No offense, my baby, no offense, but you ugly as shit.
First and foremost, before we even start the video, we are going to mention some honorable mentions that didn't make the list but can possibly still be just as tough as the top 5 that's on the list that I have for you guys today. First off, for honorable mentions, we're going to go with the afro. The afro is definitely can be a top 5 hairstyle, just not everybody can rock it. Big afro, little afro, mini afro, small, medium, like you can pull the afro off if it's done correctly. Only a certain amount of people can get this done correctly. You can't be walking out here looking like it's 1975 with the Jackson 5. Can't be doing all that. If you know how to rock it correctly and it's curly in a certain type of way, it can go crazy. Another honorable mention that we have on the list is a bald head. So I didn't put bald head on the top 5 because bald head is not a hairstyle. Basically, a bald head is a bald head. Oh shit! But for the older ladies and the older women, if you have a bald head and that beard, you would go crazy. So I would say bald head is definitely an honorable mention in 2025, just not for the young folks. It's more when you get older, genetic wise, purposely, either or. Bald head can still go crazy, but that's not a hairstyle, so I didn't put it on the top 5. Last on the list that I got as an honorable mention is a burst fade. Now, a burst fade can go crazy too, but I didn't put it in the top 5 because not a lot of people can rock this hairstyle either. This might be even harder than rocking the afro look, to be honest. The burst fade, the LaMelo haircut that he had in high school, can still go crazy. I see a couple types of people that be rocking this sometimes, depending on the person, but a burst fade can go crazy either or as well too. Burst fade can lead up to like some twists, the afro curly hair will go crazy too, but it's not in the top 5 because not everybody can rock it. So these are the 3 main honorable mentions that I have mentioned: afro, bald head, burst fade. Now let's get into the top 5 list.
But you ugly as shit.
Number 5 that I have on my list is the 2-strand twist. And you can't go wrong with the 2-strand twist because this is a tradition. Tons of celebrities and tons of artists rock this hairstyle. So like DDG, Polo G, Jalen Ramsey from the football team, they all rock the 2-strand twist at one point of time before they started switching over to locks. This is also another good way to start your lock transition. If you do it correctly, you can also have the 2-strand twist into locks over time as well too. 2-strand twist, they all look good, even if you have them short, even if you have them medium, even if you have them long. All 2-strand twists go crazy if done correctly. You can change it. You can even do a 3-strand twist, 4-strand twist. Whatever twist look the best, most likely is the 2-strand twist, will go crazy. This also can rock out with locks. When you do your locks and put it in the 2-strand twist hairstyle and let them out, you see how curly it looks. So 2-strand twist are number 5 on top 5 hairstyles for 2025. Number 4 on the list, I gotta go with cornrows, aka braids. We know braids and cornrows are definitely a style that's coming back into 2025. It was already a style anyways, but now it's making more of an appearance, especially with the fashion niggas that's going on as well too. We got tons of artists and celebrities that rock the braids cornrow style as well. So we got Brent, you know Brent always rock those as well too. Drake is another reason why a lot of people also getting that cornrow phrase as well too. Of course, you got like the Pop Smoke. You can't forget about the Pop Smoke braids. And of course, always forget about Nipsey Hussle, as he probably had the best cornrow braids out there today. As braids and cornrows, they can definitely come into many styles. You can do stitch braids, 6 stitch braids to the back. That always be a clean look. They do different designs. Of course, literally each week, every day is coming up with different designs that you can do as well too. You can do regular cornrows as well too. That's also a good hairstyle depending on what look you're trying to go for as well. Of course, stitch braids, cornrows, you gotta treat them properly. You gotta make sure that it's oiled correctly. You gotta make sure it's clean, your hair is clean, everything is lined up to part, because these hairstyles really can be itchy, especially if you're first time rocking them. These hairstyles do be itchy, so you gotta get really used to them. Make sure it's moisturized. Make sure you have that rat tail comb in your pocket as well too. You got box braids. Box braids is always a good look. Pull back to that ponytail. As the main person that rock this is A$AP Rocky. A$AP Rocky goes crazy with the box braids as well. Some do Lil Yachty braids as well too with the beads. A lot of people can switch up. You can really switch up the style every single time. So I would definitely say cornrows, braids is our number 4 on my list. Number 3 on my list, we gotta go with a temp fade or even a taper. A temp fade basically is a popular hairstyle that you can definitely, a lot of people can easily rock, especially if you're making your hair curly or in a certain way in a perfect hair length. A temp fade will always go crazy, as it doesn't matter if you're light skin, dark skin, brown skin, doesn't matter what type of chocolate color you are. Temp fade literally will go crazy. You just gotta make sure you maintain it and keep it up to date. Of course, especially if you have a taper as well. All of these can apply in different hairstyles, but temp fade I will put at my number 3. We have tons of people that rock this as well too. I will put this as number 3 on my list, as it's definitely a popular hairstyle that a lot of women and girls like as well too, and you'll be good to go. Coming in at number 2 on the list, we got locks, aka dreads, as this is number 2 on the list as the best hairstyle in 2025 for men. Of course, locks and dreadlocks as most popular celebrities and artists such as John Morant, Duke Dennis, Playboy Cardi, aka Cardi, Fago. You also got like King Von. King Von is also a popular hairstyle that they had as well too when it comes to locks. XXX, different hairstyle, half blonde, half black. That's definitely a different way to rock your locks as well too. And of course with locks, you can do so many hairstyles. Of course, the more locks you have, the more hairstyles that you can do. So unless you want to be like DDG and Playboy Max, have the high top locks, just leave those out the list, okay? The more locks you have, the better, of course. You can rock like a bun / pineapple. Of course, everybody rocks that the most anyway as well too. Half up, half down. Usually basketball players, or if you do any sports or activities or professional field as well too, usually you can do that as well. High ponytail is definitely a popular hairstyle that you can rock with locks as well too. Side ponytail, if you want to be like Playboy Cardi. Uzi did that as well too when he had his locks. You can even put a hat on. You can even put a beanie. Have it all the way down. To be honest, locks and dreadlocks have definitely taken over the last 2 years, as it definitely became more popular when it comes to fashion, sports, anything you can think of. Just make sure when you do get your locks or your dreadlocks as well too, that it is done correctly. When you first start off, it's done by a professional, because this will determine your fate of how your locks will go as well too. Do some more research on when it comes to what type of locks do you want. So of course, if you want thick locks will be heavier over time when they get longer. It definitely is easier to get done, as it takes tons of less of time to get done when you go get the retwist. Or you can do the skinny locks, as you can do more hairstyles, designs to your hair as well too. Just know when you get smaller locks, they also can bend very easily. You kind of want to find your preference of which way you want to go, thicker locks or being more in the middle, or even smaller, thinner locks, and decide which one works the best for your hairstyle. So put in locks and dreadlocks at number 2. And for number 1 on the list that I have for best hairstyles for 2025, I got is waves. And I would say locks and waves are very tied right now, but I feel like a lot of people are actually cutting their locks for waves now all of a sudden, as waves will always be a superior top tier hairstyle. Will go over centuries of time. Waves can do any profession, any field. It's gonna look clean, it's gonna look good, regardless of whatever type, if you got a beard, a goatee, anything. Waves will always be top tier no matter what. Now, when it comes to waves, you definitely gotta make sure that you have a head shape for this, because you can make your head look big, or it can make your head look ginormous. So definitely with waves, I would say is my number 1 when it comes to top hairstyle to 2025. Doesn't matter if it's 180, it doesn't matter if it's 360, it doesn't matter if it's 720. Definitely all you gotta do is make sure you got all 3-4 types of brushes. Make sure your crown is right, so you gotta make sure that stays moisturized and oil, including the rest of your hair. Waves are basically just curls, just flat, low, and wavy. I will say when it comes to waves, it does take a lot of time. You gotta make sure that your hair is trained. The more trained your hair is, the more wavy you're gonna be. So it definitely takes time, but it definitely do be worth it, as when I have waves, probably one of my easiest hairstyles to rock. I'm just keep switching it up, trying things differently, but when I get older, I'll probably go back to waves as well too. So my number 1 hairstyle on the top 5 list. Of course, if you anybody, you can really rock any of these hairstyles and still be looking good regardless. So just find the right hairstyle that matches your personality, your fit, and your head, and you'll be all good. Of course, you got rappers, celebrities like Drake, once again, G Herbo, of course, Ghost Michael from Power. You got him rocking the waves as much too. 360 Jeezy, how can we forget about him? Waves is always would be a iconic hairstyle to have, and it's definitely a top 3, top 1 hairstyle that I would say. So We just got done with our list. Waves at number 1, locks is number 2, temp fade as number 3, cornrows and braids at number 4, and 2-strand twist at number 5. Which you can rock any of these hairstyles. Just find what hairstyle matches you for 2025. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.